Bang, we are live. Welcome to the Thunder from Down Under podcast. I'm your host, Graham Solomon. And as always, if you're watching on Facebook, please hit the like button, hit the heart button, give our guests plenty of encouragement for coming on and sharing their stories and sharing their time with us. And also go to the Graham Solomon Thunder from Down Under YouTube channel. Belt that subscribe button off the wall, hit the bell icon so you can become part of the family. You get notified when the countdown starts and you're in here in the Thunderdome when we start. So, guys, appreciate your support. And I've got a special guest in today. She is a serial entrepreneur, very intelligent young lady, very motivated young lady. And I've got her in to talk about something that we always talk about on the show, and that is organic lead generation. And what we're going to talk about today is probably a little bit of a stealth model to actually network with people first and actually connect with people first and then go from there. So I love this product that she's got and the way that it is so personalized to the individual. So without any further ado, I will introduce our special guest that's come in. Now, I've had to practice her name so I get it right. It's Yulia Mamaeva. Is that correct? Now, she is, like I said, a serial entrepreneur. She is a business mindset coach. She's trained and specializes in NLP, which we'll go into later, which is a huge benefit, for people that are in business to unblock stuff and to be able to have that natural flow that an entrepreneur needs. So, Yulia, thank you for coming in. Welcome to the podcast. It's a pleasure to have you in here.
Thank you, Graham. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, Yulia, we've both got an accent, so we probably should have done some subtitles. But I always ask people that come in to tell their backstory, to tell how they, their journey to where they've got to today, especially in real estate and entrepreneurship and all that sort of stuff. Now, you've obviously got an accent, so you've got a good different backstory. Do you want to tell us in your own words your backstory and how you got to Boise, Idaho, in the United States of America?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually came to this country about 18 years ago with a law degree, but I never intended to practice. I done it because my parents said, you got to go to school, you got to graduate. So I did. And as soon as I did, I left and I came to this country. And instead of going to an office and being an attorney with a 9-to-5 career building, I went to a ranch in Nevada because I love horses. I wanted to be around horses. And that made me happy. But it didn't make my daddy happy. He wasn't excited about that. So there in Nevada, I met my business partner, and together we opened our first retail store. He also had several other retail stores. And after about a year, I started selling certain items online, and pretty soon his wife jumped on board, his daughter, like his whole family, and then we had to hire people. So the entire business moved to online, and we created 2 fulfillment warehouses, a team of people working there, and I outsourced pretty much my day-to-day activities by then, and just became like a semi-retired by the age of 30. I just had to oversee it all. I really enjoyed it. Like, it gave me all the freedom I wanted. Becoming an entrepreneur and not being in the office was to pursue like freedom and flexibility in my life, and that's what I got. I traveled a lot. I really enjoyed life, and then I felt this lack of fulfillment, of achievement, because when I was growing business, I started from like selling on eBay from a little tiny store to grew it to like a multi-warehouse business. I was missing that. So I started looking for another adventure, and I came across real estate. Like, what can be better than a real estate business, right? I really got excited, jumped right in, but it wasn't fulfilling for me. I done one deal, which was great, but in the process, I got burned out emotionally and mentally. I was always good at everything I did before, and that was, in a way, it was a failure. But failure doesn't exist. There is only feedback. So that was a feedback for me that wasn't the right direction. And when I was feeling really down, I don't know, never got a diagnosis, but probably depressed would be a good word to describe how I was feeling. I started looking for help, and that's how I came across NLP, neuro linguistic programming. And those tools, I went through a breakthrough session, and in 8 hours, it pulled me up. Like everything that was building up, all the limiting beliefs, negative emotions, fears, feeling not good enough, all that was gone within 8 hours. And it didn't come back. First, I thought, yeah, I've been to motivational seminars and stuff. You feel great after them, but then it just vanishes. And this one didn't go away. And when I found out the way it works, it releases what's holding you back from inside, and it's gone. It's like it's not masking, putting a band-aid on the wound. It's like healing the wound. So when I realized that, I just thought that's my path. I stopped attempting investing in real estate, and I just dedicated my time and energy to learning and mastering these tools, and became a full-time breakthrough NLP coach, mindset coach. But also, I paid attention to Robert Kiyosaki when in his book, The Cash Flow Quadrant, he said successful people have multiple streams of income. And one of them usually is network marketing. So I started looking for a network marketing company, and I really didn't have to go far because I've been for a year by then. I've been a user of product of one of the companies, and I love them. So I'm like, okay, I'll become an affiliate. So now I have e-commerce business, coaching business, and an affiliate network marketing business. And that's where I'm at. I'm loving life. I'm in Idaho now, traveling a lot. And when people ask me, like, what do you do? I start saying I'm living life for a living, because I'm doing everything I love, and I don't do anything that I don't want to do. So
Yeah,
it's a
you're living your dream. You're living your dream. You've cultivated your own dream. You're not living someone else's dream. You're living your dream. So that's amazing. That's an amazing story. And I just want to touch on a few points, discuss a few points that you've brought up. Is firstly, um, people that watch this is a real estate channel, so people understand burnout. People, especially like if you're in wholesaling, if you're in a grass roots level, and you're busy all the time, people would identify with the burnout that you went through. It can be very stressful and taxing, in all areas. I mean, if you're trying to raise money on bigger projects, anything, it's very stressful, and you face that. So you've actually lived it, you've been through it, and you come out the other end. Now, another thing too is that you mentioned too is multiple streams of income. Multiple streams of income. Even if you're just only in real estate, you probably need, even like from the whole process, you need multiple marketing things, you need multiple this and that, and then
Yeah.
you need, if you're a wholesaler, you need to invest in maybe some buy and hold for your future. You need some long term stuff. So that's a great point, and they all gel together. And you know, your personal journey was that you hit a bit of a brick wall, you've had burnout, and you went, wow, this isn't for me, and it took you across. You pivoted, you made the most of of what would seem a bad situation, and you turned it into a positive, and that's when you found NLP. And I think NLP, I think a lot of people, I've spoke to a few other coaches, and I think most people in real estate are very entrepreneurial, and they a lot of people just run on adrenaline, and they need to be able to unblock stuff. And we all hear about, oh, you got to unblock your subconscious, you got to do this, but no one really gives you many tools to do that. And this is what you're saying, NLP, you found to be the tool to release those blocks. Um, and you know, especially for people, I think the whole real estate industry is full of entrepreneurial people, and I think entrepreneurs need to unblock that stuff so their natural creative energy can flow. So there was a lot there, and I'm just trying to unpack it in layman's terms for the listeners. But yeah, you know, like you said, it's, you know, you're a business coach, you're trained in NLP, but you also have other multiple streams of income. And one of the things we're going to talk about now is that you've got the picture postcards, which is about networking, which is a big organic lead generation, is getting very big now in real estate, is to connect with people, use networks, and draw leads and opportunities through that. So do you want to just give us a bit of an overview, firstly on that, how important you think that is, personal connection, and then maybe talk about the product and service that you know that you've introduced to me, because I think it's amazing. I think it's awesome.
Yes, absolutely. And you're right about everything you just mentioned. And as far as personal connection, it's all about network. Like, real estate business it's not about real estate, it's about people. And your network is your net worth. And how well you are connected, how much the people in your network actually know about you, like you, trust you, and remember you. That's what your business depends on. Because I have been on the side where one of my friends recommended the deal to another one of my friends, and then when I asked, like they referred the deal, and I asked, like, why didn't you call me? Oh, I forgot you were in real estate. So they didn't remember me, and the deal just passed in front of my nose.
Yep.
Versus other times when people call you and actually say, "Hey, I have a deal," because they like you, they trust you, and they remember you in the moment. So that's what send out cards, this postcard program, will do for you. It's a network nurturing tool, and it's a lead generation tool. So I look at it as investors can use it for two different ways, active and passive. And it depends where in business they are, because if they're looking to make some cash like right now, they may want to concentrate on active way, like lead generation way. It's getting you fast results. And basically what send out cards allow you to do is, from an app on your phone, you can send unlimited individual photo postcards, greeting cards, with postage included, anywhere in the world, and it's unlimited. You can add gifts, gift cards. You have to pay for those, obviously, but with unlimited cards, you can like drive for dollars, take a picture of the house, take a selfie of the house with you in there, send it to a motivated seller, put some nice words on the back. It's your face in their house. They will pay attention to it. It will not be thrown in the giant mail, just like in all the rest of direct mail that people do. If you went to look at a house, follow up with the owner just from the driveway. Get back into your car really quickly. You know the address, obviously. Put the address in, create a nice card, put something inside that you just build rapport with them about. Add a little gift, add like a pack of brownies or a toy for their kids or whatever the case may be. Send it to them. They'll get it in a couple days, whatever mail delivers it. They will remember you, that you'll stand out from all the other investors who are treating this seller just as a number, as an offer. They'll feel like you're a person to them. And I've heard stories upon stories about how that actually made a deal for investors.
Yeah, amazing concept. And we think, like when someone sends you a postcard, the first thing you usually do is put it up on your fridge. You put it up on the fridge.
Yes.
So or someone that's got a home office, they'll pin it on their pin board because it's special. It's someone's thought of you and done something personal. And you mentioned like a slogan on the back, and we'll go into that in a minute. The slogan's important too because it personalizes it even further than the picture. So it's just I think it's just the most simplest thing, but it's amazing and the impact it can have. And just as you were talking, then Yulia, I just remembered I got sent something years ago from a coach. I think I bought her online book or something, and she sent me a postcard, and it had like I should it's in my office. It's still pinned up on my office. That's the impact it had. It had like when you do your eye test, it had all the letters, and it wrote, and the letters spelt out change your perspective, because she was a mindset coach. Now I kept that. That's still on my pinboard 3 years later. So that's the impact it's had. So amazing. Now I'm not sure if you want to do any screen sharing and show us some of the cards, because they're highly visual. I don't know if you've got anything prepared at the moment, but we could try it if you wanted to, because this is one of my favorite things I've ever seen. I just think it's amazing. And like you said, it's very simple and easy. You can do it from your phone, because a lot of people aren't computer people. They do most stuff off their phone. And if they're out driving for dollars and doing stuff, you can do it right on the spot and activate it from the spot. So amazing
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, I can see if I can pull up the history. I'm not sure how to do it in this software, but I can.
There's a little thing with an arrow which is right in the middle of all the little icons, and that's a screen share. So if you press that, you can do it from your side, and then I just open it up. So
Still looking for it.
I think it's down the bottom. Is it down the bottom of your? You haven't got it. So I
Oh,
haven't seen your side.
okay, yeah, I found it. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna need the comments to set it up so I can just talk
Yeah,
a little bit
no, that's all
about
right. That's all right. I
other
just thought
ways.
I'd give you an opportunity to bring that up, because I think it's something people have to see. Like, we can talk about it, but it's a very visual thing, and it's just I remember one of the first times I met you when you showed me, I'm like, wow, I never. If you had to explain it to me, I probably wouldn't have got the concept. But no,
Mhm.
that's good. And just while you're bringing that up, I just want, like you said, you've just mentioned about we talk about organic, like we get on Messenger and we send people messages and that, but messages are very impersonal, aren't they? The card is very personal, and I think that's the thing. So I think I've coined the phrase organic networking, not organic lead gen, but organic networking and personal connections. That's something that does. And like you said, if you might be working with half a dozen realtors, and I'll just see if that comes up. There we go. You might be working with half a dozen realtors. Now, if they've all got a personalised card that you've sent them in their offices, there's 6 people that will think of you first before they think of the other 6 investors they're working with. So that's the whole point, isn't it?
100%, 100%. And you're totally right about, people placing these cards in their fridges and their boards. It's literally how to own real estate on somebody's refrigerator. Because when you
Yep.
send them a card, can you see my screen now?
Yep.
So,
Awesome.
like,
It's
my
right up.
friend and his family went to Zion National Park. So this is a template. This template is available in the card catalog, but then I put his pictures and his family in there, and that is something he will probably put it in his fridge or put it in his desk. One of his sons said, it's like being in a painting, being in
Yep.
Bryce Line. So I just copied their words, put it on the card for them. Like, this couple is going to have a baby. So again, they posted these pictures on the Facebook, and I can send them a congratulations card.
Yep.
So it was nice to meet you. I just met somebody on a Zoom and we talked, and I put his picture here. I put a nice message for him, my contact information, and just a note to say I appreciate you. So people don't throw away stuff like that. And if you want to stay in touch with someone, you give them your contact information and a card about them. They'll keep it. Like, they'll throw your face away, but they'll not throw their own face away. This was I was just messing with my friend. When you have unlimited cards, you can just, like, she had a dog on her bed,
Yeah.
and I sent it as a postcard because I knew her husband doesn't allow the dog being on the bed, so it's just messing with each other. Then my friend posted this painting that she created, and I put it on a card and sent it to her. So you just see things, and you send it to people, like a nice to meet you card too.
Yeah. You've got
Somebody
one of
I
us.
met, like another, this is one for lady, so another similar way. So, and this company has lots of cards already made, like a
Yep.
catalog. So you can choose from the given ones. You can create your own. You can create a card from scratch, like build your own. So every single panel would be something that you put there, or you can use existing ones.
So you
They
could.
can be postcards, flat cards, 2 3 panel cards, all included with postage in unlimited plan.
Yep. So you could type in real estate, and all pictures of houses would come up if you want to do something for a realtor or something, and put a slogan on that. So another point too is if you go to a seminar or a conference or something, and there's 20 other real estate people there that you get to sit and talk to. It's very brief, and sometimes you don't get to exchange stuff, and you go. If you take the time to just get maybe their email address or some connection, you can then, when you've got time later on, send 20 cards, and those people that will be have a massive impact on those people, won't it? Rather than just trying to send them a text message a month later, they've forgotten who you are. You could do a selfie with them. Group of you could do a
Yes,
selfie, and that's what we're talking about. That personalised thing where they're going to still remember you in 6 months' time because they've got a picture of that conference.
yes.
Where you made a personal connection.
Exactly. You take a picture together or with a group, you send it to everybody. It's a beautiful memory. They keep it. And on the back, you can have your branding, you can have a nice message for them. So they always know how to get a hold of you later.
Yeah, yeah. So amazing. I love it. Thanks for just showing that. And obviously, for the people that are watching with real estate, it would be. It would be. I'm just. Oh, sorry. I'm just looking at the chat. It
Mhm.
would be something that would be more real estate based. But once again, if you meet someone at a real estate conference and you want to have an impact on them, and you think that person could be a very handy mentor or something, and they've mentioned there that they've got German Shepherds, and the wife breeds German Shepherds, and you send a picture of a German Shepherd with some related slogan to, and even a German Shepherd pushing a toy house or something, just something that's very relevant to that person. Bang, that's something that could be a lifelong relationship. So I just think it's
Yeah.
amazing. I just think it's amazing, and you've got to look for all these little angles now because and this is what I always think is you spend so much money if you're doing outbound marketing. This is relationship marketing. This is where, like you said, someone has a deal and they will ring you before they'll ring the five other people, and that's just something that you can't get through outbound marketing and that cold calling. Most people want to hang up on you. They don't want to have a relationship with you. So I think it's amazing. And yeah, look, is there any other stuff that you want to talk about as far as that product goes, as far as it would be, I guess, consistent for real estate people? Is there any other ideas you've got for people?
Yeah. Those people who do rehabs, they're always looking for private money lenders. And when you stay in touch with your network, they will appear, they will recommend you. And when you actually have a meeting with a private money lender, people may not lend you money on the first time they meet you, but if you celebrate their life events with cards, if you send them a little gift like thank you for taking time and meeting with me, you will stand out. They will know you appreciate them, and they'll be so much quicker and so much more prone to actually work with you.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea. Yeah, that
And one of the investors in Ohio, he's done thousands of deals. He has a huge passive income portfolio. He's been using send out cards for years, and he actually just shared with us recently he got a 14-unit apartment building out of a relationship he built using send out cards. He just met somebody online, took it offline, started sending them cards, meeting them, and got the referral for this apartment building.
the big question, Yulia, is this fairly easy to do, like off your phone and that? Is it a very easy process? Because that's what a lot of people say. They go, if it's easy and it's effective, I'm in. But if it's complex and it's tech, I've got to get on my computer and I've got to do this and that. So it is easy. It is easy to do.
Yes, you can do it from your computer or from your cell. I love app on the cell phone. And once you put the address there once, which you can do yourself or use virtual assistants, it stays there. And you can put dates like a birthday of the person. You can put anniversaries of the person or any other significant dates. You'll get email reminders. So then you can send them cards on those dates. And once you put them in once, it's in the database. It takes seconds. Like I was messing with my friend sending pictures. It just several seconds and she gets a card in the mail. And again, with unlimited plan, you don't have to think like, is it worth for me to send a card or not? You just send them. Yeah, it's super easy. And also send out cards has a virtual assistant business service. It's called Stream BA. So for busy people or people who has large networks, they can send individual cards themselves to like very special people in their life, and the rest of the network, the trained virtual assistants will take care of them. They're trained in send out cards and sending gifts cards, managing networks, staying in touch with people. So, and it's priced very reasonably. So you can get a VA who'll do it for you.
That's awesome. So number one, you can do it yourself when you're starting out as a new investor, and you've got to do most things yourself, like a solopreneur. Then you can automate it as you get busier and you start networking more. So you can automate it with email, with reminders, with everything, and then you can delegate down the track when you get bigger. So you've got every base covered there. You've pretty much got everything that an investor wants. It's like, well, I want to do it myself, get my head around it, and when I grow and I make some money, and if I do a couple of deals through this particular thing, then I can automate it so to make it easier as it grows, and then I can actually hand it off to a VA that's trained in this thing. So that's amazing too. That's great. So, all right, well that's awesome. Is there any other screen share with that you want to do, or because I wanted to ask you about, I really want to ask you about the NLP because I know, like I said, it's a real estate based podcast, but there's nothing bigger than mindset when it comes to real estate and overcoming challenges and obstacles and that. So we'll jump onto that now. If you've got nothing else with the cards, what I'll do is I've got on the screen the link if people want to go and have a look at the cards. But we'll do that at the end once we've talked about the NLP and about the mindset coaching and all the rest of it. So we'll check that out later. So we'll put your other hat on. We'll put your other cap on because you've got a few businesses.
Well,
But the number one question I get from people is, because when you do a course or you're just training, the first module is usually mindset, and everyone wants to skip over it. I'll get back to that later. I want to know the nuts and bolts, how to make money. And all the people that train who have climbed the mountain go, you're going to end up going back there until you do the mindset. You're not going to understand, the nuts and bolts won't work because you're not in the right framework. You don't understand. So, can you elaborate on that? For instance, if you were to work with me as a real estate person or a podcast, you would start on mindset and make me focus on mindset straight away, wouldn't you? You wouldn't let me go off on a tangent.
100%, because you've been on that tangent already.
Yeah.
You and everybody else, because yeah, we do have it. Like mindset has a little, you know, the feeling and that, like, yeah, it's not important. But I was on a mastermind today and somebody shared the story of a real estate investor who was making cold calls. And he said he called 500 people. He was really persistent. I don't know how he possibly made 500 calls and got 0 yeses. It was
Yeah.
500 calls. It was 100% no's. Like, even like out of just, whatever the basic math, there should be at least like a couple who would say yes, but no, every single one said no. And digging deeper later, when he actually got trained on NLP as well, he's like, that was my mindset. I didn't want to do it. I was afraid to do it. And I didn't want to do it. So I made myself believe that it's not going to work. And he said, proved myself right 500 times unconsciously, because that's where his mindset, where his energy was. He was like calling, you wouldn't want to sell your house, would you? You'd get no, and he'd be,
So
So his mindset wasn't there.
yeah. So to break that down, his communication wasn't correct because he wasn't in the right space. He wasn't projecting confidence and assertiveness and service, and he was just like you said, he just wanted to get off the phone. So
Yeah.
there you go. You've broken that down pretty simply. I mean, most people would understand that, and anyone that's done cold calling would. You get a grumpy person, you just go straight in that zone and hang up because it's very confrontational. But if you've got the right attitude and mindset, bang, you don't mind that. The rejection just does. It's just a part of the deal. So that's a great
Yeah.
story. I like that story.
Yeah, and that person reached out to his mindset coach. The coach said, I would call your list of 500 people. I would use your script, and I'd get a bunch of yeses because I'm confident in it, because I am in the right mindset. He said, that's the difference. It's not the script. It's not the list. It's not none of that. And one of my real estate coaches asked me once, what would it be like if you bought every single house from every single person you ever talked to at a discount, obviously, because that's what we real estate investors looking for. I'm like, well, that would be wonderful. He said, no, that would be highway robbery because not every single person needs to sell a house to a real estate investor. Plenty of houses will go well on the market. They don't need any fixing, So we don't want every single person. We want specific people. And when you're in the right mindset and mindset of serving people, you attract those who are right for you, for your services. And it's really very easy. Just like if you imagine calling that person, cold calling, and see, like, they're in their misery, they're getting all this foreclosure notes and everything, and they're looking for a solution, and here you are giving them a call. That's a very different mindset and will produce a very different outcome.
Yeah, definitely. That definitely. I just love the way you broke that down because it's that story and everything. Because it's true. It's true. If you're not in the right mindset to do anything, you talk a different language, don't you? You talk a different language, and then that language reinforces your negative thinking, and it just builds up. And anyone that's done something and been really confident, you can't do a thing wrong. So it's amazing the way you've explained that. That's awesome. And so if like myself or another real estate investor rang you up and said, so you start obviously with trying to unblock and trying to find out what is holding the person back. Is that the main thing that you start with?
So we usually start with the history. I ask a bunch of questions, and we bring to the surface all the limiting beliefs, all the I don't know enough, I'm not good enough, who am I to succeed, I don't deserve success, everything. Like, we all have this kind of stuff, laying deep down because we're great at covering it up. Like we're
Mm.
always smiling, but crying inside for the most part. So all the negative emotions, like all the fears, shame, guilt, whatever else is stopping you. Like that guy made 500 calls. I applaud him for making it happen. How many wouldn't? How many would give up after the first two? How many wouldn't even start?
Mm.
Because it's so frightening to just dial a stranger.
Mm.
So all that's stopping you, because look, there are plenty of successful real estate investors who, even in this market, doing deals, making money, and plenty who are not. What's the difference? Like, we all have technology. Everybody has a cell phone. Everybody can make a call, but not everybody does. So we dig up all the baggage. We call it baggage, all the negative stuff. Then we release it. We let it go, because every single negative emotion, every single limiting belief has a lesson in it. And once you extract that lesson, the thing disappears. It's not going to go away no matter how much motivational, inspirational stuff you do. If it's there, it's there, because it's actually a good thing. People don't like hearing it, but there are no negative emotions. There are limiting emotions. If there is fear, it's like an alarm ringing, telling you hey, pay attention, there is a lesson for you. Extract the lesson, take it with you into the future, and the emotion will go away. The overwhelming emotion will go away. Fear will always show up, and it's important. Like if you meet a lion, you want to get scared because it may save your life. But having a baggage of fear with you is not helpful at all.
Yeah.
So we release all that, so the person is free from the past, feels clear in the present, and actually hopeful about the future. And that's where we get with the breakthrough session. And then we make an action plan. We start taking action. We stay focused on what the person wants and make it happen from there.
Yeah. So we've spoke before, and you've actually said that you have corporations and companies that get you to come in to work with their staff to unblock all these things. And I guess if you've got 10 people in a team and everyone's got a few blockages, and because like you said, it's not that you're not motivated. Everyone's reading the motivational books. Everyone's doing all the motivation, but it's subconscious. It's working against you because you've got all these blockages. So people bring you in to work with people, and you obviously see and get the feedback that everyone starts becoming a lot more creative. They're a bit more happier. They start working together. It's not me like you're there and I don't want you to, because I won't get the credit. It starts unblocking things and gets us more in our natural state, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It does 100%. And I work with companies that offer a high ticket program that teaches people how to do different things. And then when we start with a mindset, so we remove all the initial blocks, and then these people can actually go and do what the program tells them to do. Because how many of us ever signed up for something and then didn't follow it? Like you just paid a bunch of money to this person to teach you how to do it, and then you're not doing it. What's up with that? We just have those blockages, and that's what they hired me to come. And things come up as well because we have our comfort zone. Let's say it's this big, and it's lined with limiting beliefs and negative emotions, because that's what doesn't allow us to go past the border. Once we initially remove everything that's holding you back, your comfort zone becomes this big, much bigger. And you start doing things you've never done before, and you start coming against beliefs and emotions that you've never experienced before, just because you've never been there. So this is continuous process. And when the students come up, start doing cold calling and start getting rejection, a new level of baggage comes up. So we jump on a call, we release that, they continue, they understand that not every single person needs to become their clients, and they just stay focused on their ideal customers and progress.
Mm. So everybody needs a Yulia that's there to get them unblocked, and when something else comes up, Yulia, I'm and then bang, because it's a process, and this is what a lot of entrepreneurs find when they start succeeding. They hit more blocks, and then they release them, and then they go to the next level, and that's a part of the evolution of a real estate investor, an entrepreneur, a business owner. And I think people that have already climbed the mountain know this. That everything you're saying, they go, "Yeah, I went through that. I just
Mhm.
couldn't get past this amount of money, and I just could because it was a limiting belief that they'd had from childhood." And
Yeah.
once again, some of these can be personal ones. They can be personal ones that your parents you were poor, money doesn't grow on trees. All these negative beliefs that got put in your head. You've got to move them, and it sounds easy, but look, like you said, you've got to have a process, and NLP is being proven. And I mean, the most successful person, the biggest person known with it, is obviously Anthony Robbins, and he has thousands of people walking on hot coals and fired up and that, because he uses all these techniques. So they work, and I think a lot of high level people have used NLP and these methods to unlock a lot of stuff. So absolutely amazing stuff. I could talk to you all day about this, but yeah. So what I'll do, I know you're busy, and I know you've probably got call after call because you're running about 5 businesses at the moment. So I won't keep it too much longer. I'll firstly just go back to the photo cards, because I think people need to check them out. They're awesome. I've got it on the screen there. It's HTTPS colon double slash soc postcard.com / Patrick Yepes / who is a common link of both of ours. So hit that link, go and check it all out, and it's just amazing product. I mean, you'll see some of the videos and some of the more creative way that people use it. So go and check that out. Do yourself a favor. Anyone that watches this later, you've got the link there. Go back to it and check it out. And then secondly, if you want to reach out to Yulia, maybe Facebook, probably just hit you up on Facebook, reach out to you, connect with you, like on a friend request, and then go from there. And I know you can, book in a call with you or something like that, because you're you're not, you just say to people, if you want to work with me, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. But I think anyone that's watched this, because I just, everything that you've said, I'm just like, yeah, I've been 10 years ago, I went to a seminar, I got all pumped up and I went out in the world, and then somehow you just fall off, and it's subconscious stuff. So anyone that wants to reach out with Yulia, if you've got a team of people, say if you're in a wholesale that's got half a dozen people and you really want to go that next level, reach out to Yulia, talk to her about how that she can help to, basically reset your team so that they're on a more positive trajectory, I guess. So I didn't actually put your Facebook thing up, but Yulia Mamaeva, check her out on Facebook. And guys, do yourself a favor, do a bit of research about this stuff. This stuff is, like I said, most high achievers talk about this stuff, that they had to go through this to get to the next level. So there's no harder worker out there than an investor, real estate investor, or a wholesaler. Yulia's just given an example of a guy that rang 500 people. I mean, just to have the work ethic to do that, and the courage, even though he was scared, he still pushed through it. So do yourself a favor. Anything you can do to improve yourself, and like I said, with the networking stuff, anything you can do to reach out to more people, network, improve yourself, is going to be a game changer in the REI space. And Yulia, like I spoke to you yesterday, I'm really keen to talk to you about the NLP and all that myself, because once again, we're all trying to improve and evolve, and not just on a business level, but on a personal level. So thank you for coming in and sharing that. It's been amazing. And please, if you want to reach out to Yulia, her stuff's on the screen there. Reach out to her. And thanks for sharing your time with us. I know you're on a Zoom call before, and you're going into another Zoom call, so I really appreciate the way that you've come on and shared your time and explained it in a really easy to understand way. So thanks for doing that for us.
You're very welcome, Ram. Thank you so much for inviting me. And yeah, people, please feel free to reach out. Anyone, will be happy to help if I can. If not, I'll point you in the direction.
Yeah,
I'll be glad to connect.
Thank you. Stuff. And I'll be obviously talking to you down the track, so I'll see you again. But if anyone wants to reach out, do yourself a favor. And I'll just take this opportunity. You don't know about this, Yulia, but the Thunder from Down Under web page is just about built. You'll be able to come into the Thunderdome, and you'll be able to. I will have guests that I've had on. If they've got any products or anything like that, they'll be in there, so I can divert you over there next week, so you can have a look at it. You can also check out the YouTube channel of people. It's going to be a place where you guys can go across, the people that are in the family. You can send people across to subscribe and join in. So I just thought sorry, Yulia, I didn't want to hold you up, but I just thought I'd say that. So guys, look out, watch your space for next week. We are launching, and the Thunderdome is being launched. So get in there and have a look at it. You'll be in there, Yulia. You'll be in one of the, I think it's the Investor Starter Pack with the photo things. All these products are to get, the best products that I've come across to get people started and to get them fast tracked to doing deals. So thanks again. Take it easy, and hopefully one day when I get up to beautiful Boyce, Idaho, I'll join in and see you up there. I won't be riding any horses because until you've done some NLP, I've got some phobias against horses, and I'll need some NLP on that. But
Well,
after
it's
that,
working.
I'll be all right. But thanks again. Take it easy, and thanks for your time for coming in.
Awesome. Thank you, Graham. Congratulations on your website too.
Yep, no worries. Thank you. Okay, see you guys. We're checking out, and because of Yulia, you guys have been thunderstruck.
Bye.